Hey, welcome back. Now I'm gonna join a new fresh server to the domain controller, to the domain. So we're gonna join a server to the domain on Azure. I've already I already have it spent, I already installed the server. This DC3 is domain one, domain controller already set up. I just spin this one and so I'm doing this as a lab for my student account. This is my student account right here. There's nothing they can get hacked. Oh, this is Azure, because I'm gonna delete this server as soon as I get it up. So this is for educational purposes. So I'm joining this new created server to this domain controller, and I'm gonna promote it as a DC. So let's go ahead and connect to the DC4 just to show you guys. But the configuration of the static IP and the DNS is on the Azure side. It's not on the. You don't do it on Azure. On the Azure platform, you don't do it on the OS level. Just to let you guys know for those beginners out there. Okay, perfect. So, yep, let's log in. Let's see. Yeah, there's nothing on here yet. Okay. Let's go ahead and it's still loading up. But let's minimize this server. And let's go back into the settings right here. So let's open up DC4, and I should turn it off, but I'm gonna have to reboot it once I set the settings. So let's go into the network settings. So remember, we have to install static IP and the DNS. So let's go into the NIC, because when you spin a server on Azure, it automatically configures it gives you and let me do a quick overview. So when you spin a server, Azure breaks down the group, the security group, where you're gonna put your ports, like we're 3389, however you're gonna log into the server, and then it gives you a VNET for that server, the virtual, what the subnet is gonna be on, and then it gives it an IP. So and then the security group. So all this is taxed. All this is being charged. Of course, we got a free account, and I'm being charged very low. But this is how it does it. This is how it breaks it down. So that's the reason that we have to go in here to the virtual, to the actual VM, to the network settings. You don't do it on the OS level. On the OS level, you don't touch anything there. It pushes out. It fetches out to the ports here. So let's go into the NIC. And then, so here, IP configurations, DNS configurations, security groups. So right now we're going to do these two. So we're not going to do enable IP format, because if you enable this, it'll act like a router. It'll be assigning IP. So let's not do that. Did I get the wrong one? No, I'm on here. Okay, it's on this virtual net. That's fine. This is the subnet. I have 249 free IPs because I used one on domain controller, and I'm gonna add more. So let's open up the IP config here. So it's dynamic, but we're gonna set it as static. We can change it here, but I'm gonna leave it as is. This is the public IP. Of course, I'm showing it out, but this server is gonna get deleted. This is a home lab. I'm practicing here, so I'm not gonna be trying to cover anything. Plus, this is all student related, but at the same time, I want to be careful as well. So let's do the static. Now let's jump into the DNS server. Let's do a custom. So we're gonna point to the DNS, the IP of my domain controller. That's where I'm gonna get my DNS, right? So let's go and save, because otherwise they won't talk. And if they don't talk, then I'll come in and change settings. But right now I'm okay. I'm just checking this. It says network group. I can create my own group, but I'm using the DC group properties. That's it. That's all we have to do on that side. Since we did some changes, it's always recommended to reboot. So we're gonna have to reboot it. Before I reboot it, I'm gonna turn off the firewall. That's always mandatory to turn off the firewall, because in an environment you have the firewall fetching from the main firewall on your routers. Okay, so that way you don't get no conflicts of traffic. Your traffic won't go through. All right, so let's go ahead and reboot this. Let's reboot it on the VM on the Azure portal. You want to get familiar with it. I opened up this account so I can get more familiar with it. Since I'm running a couple domain controllers at work, I'm just doing this for my lab so I can keep on getting more experience. And I recommend everybody do that. Let's reboot. We did that change. And this takes, hopefully it doesn't take too long. The purpose of this video, we're under 15 minutes. Let's see, let's go back into DC3 is the main one. This is the main controller. I have another video where I installed it, but so let's see. Hyper-V is the domain name. That's my domain here. Let's go back into, let's minimize this. If it talks good, once it reboots. Yep, I lost connection right here, so I know that I'm good. I don't know why I'm getting this screen. All right, let's start the server back on. Where is it charging on it? Okay, here we go. Let's run we did those DNS changes, so we definitely have to turn it off. We'll reboot. So we want to connect to DC4, right? DC3. That's the DC3 is the domain controller, and that's the main one. So let's just verify before I turn it into a domain controller. As a matter of fact, let's run Active Directory so we can promote it. The directory services, add features. Now this can be running in the background while we do other stuff. Like I'm gonna see if when you join when you run the Active Directory services, you're promoting it to a domain controller. If you don't run it and you just add it to a work group, then you're just adding a server to your domain. That makes sense? So if you promote it as a domain controller, it's gonna act as a domain controller. It's gonna have that power of the domain controller, but you got to run that service, Active Directory. Otherwise, you can just join it here, and it's just another member, but it's a server. But this is how I'm going to test if DNS and everything is working on my the connections between these devices. Well, I can start by doing a ping, and I think that's the best practice way. Do a ping, and then if you don't get no ping, then you know there's communication. But this is the other way to just check to see before you try to run the promotion on. So ping 10.0.0.4. Okay, good. So I know I got, but even if you have connection, even if you can talk to that other server, doesn't mean that DNS is working. Because remember, DNS, what is it? Domain name. So you got to make sure. Okay, this is how I'm doing it, right? I got one step. I'm kind of doing a process of elimination. So now let's do this. Hyper-V.local. If it asks me for my credentials here, perfect. This means right here that it is talking, but I don't want to join it. I don't want to add it. I want to add it here. I want to add it right here. I want to promote it because I want to have two DCs so I can check for replications, do failover, clustering, and all the good stuff. So if you guys will follow me until now, I'm at 10 minutes. So let's promote it. So now when you promote it, you're not going to add a new domain to an existing forest. You can add a domain controller, right? That's what we want. Now, right here, we have to add the credentials of your first domain, of your first DC. Now that was what, admin 26. I always put 26 now because it's a new year, right? And okay, perfect. Once it authenticated, it brought up the domain here. Now I know it's going to work because this is how the normal process. If you've already deployed servers and promoted them, and you know that this is how the process is. I'm not going to get get into details. I just run with the flow. And okay, something happened right here, and I kind of know what's happened. It's probably asking for .local. Let's see. Hopefully it is. An Active Directory domain controller for this domain type could not be connected. Maybe I need a reboot after. Oh, I might need a reboot. What am I talking about? I might need that reboot right here. Oh, no, I don't. I needed that local. Exactly. So here's a password. I can't continue with that. This is a password where you got to remember because this. And I normally try to add the same password to all the DCs because this is a restoration in case of your schema of your Active Directory goes down or something. You can restore. And this is not a read-only DC. This is a rewritable. This is you're going to be replicating. So these are good for like remote offices. You'll have a read-only, but we're not a read-only. That's going to be on another video. Just to let you guys know. Okay, so let's go back. Next. Error, getting the list of sites. Okay. I think it has nothing to do with the password, but I'm just doing this. It's a good thing that we're still under time. So I think I need that. I think I'm gonna have to need that that reboot because I came down this far. Hyper-V.local admin 26. Just don't remember top of my head right now, but okay, let's see what happens right now. Maybe I needed that. Very important to name your. Here it goes. I think this did it. It's very important that you don't misspell anything. So that's what it did. That's what it was. It was a misspell. So this is okay. It was a typo. So very important typos, Okay, any domain controller. Yep. I don't want to do just this one. I want any because if I end up doing a new one, let me go back. If I end up, so this domain controller is going to replicate, so I know keep replicating with others. Replicate from any domain controller. I don't want to just one. I don't want to just go back to one because I'm going to be joining others. All right, let's go. We're under the sysvault. This is where the replication saves your files and all your important stuff. And this is where you would test if it's working. All right, everything's here. Next. It's 200 time. Okay, all good. There's no warnings. All that is normal. If I'm gonna have to pause this video, I'm gonna pause it for the sake of time. I'll be back with you guys once I get it. Once it completes, and I'm gonna run the reboot. All right, rebooted the server after I had applied, and I'm logging back into it, making sure it joined to that domain, and I can go out and about. Now I have two. It took like 5 minutes. I didn't want to wait. Here goes. So now we're on. It changed to my domain and promote. I don't know why it's asking me to promote it again. But, oh, I know what happened. So it dropped it down to, I'm going to show you guys on my primary server. It didn't, for whatever reason, it dropped it on the computers, which I know it's a server, right? But I wanted it as a domain controller. So let's go back and finish that process. But it's the same thing. We're going to do this. I think that this shouldn't have happened, but admin, it should have went straight. This never happened to me, but I figured out right away why, because I saw it. It acted like if it was only like the domain controller for the domain hyper cannot be located. So this is where the troubleshooting comes in. So it's good that that happened. Let's see. Let's go back. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it's just needs another reboot. Let's go back to the main server. 3. No, so it dropped the computer here. So I know I joined the domain, but it didn't join as a domain controller. But let's go back. Maybe it needs to get all the Active Directory, and it's still probably running in the background. Nope, not this one. This one here. Let's see. Yeah. Oh no. It's right here. Maybe it needs a reboot. Let's look at the tools. Yeah, it's right here. It does need the reboot because it's installed. Oh, look at that. To manage users and groups in this computer, use local groups. Okay. Something happened. I think it needs a reboot. It might need a reboot. Or a refresh. It did do something. It changed there, so... Okay, I got 2 more minutes. If this doesn't work, let me do another quick reboot. Because we did get okay. We're troubleshooting now. This happens. This happens in the real world too. You never get perfect. It's not never perfect. Okay. See, look at this. No. User, okay, could not retrieve domain controller. The user password is incorrect. Look at that. There's a password again. But we went through this, so let's see. Hopefully this time it gets through. This should not take so long, but we have 1 more minute. So I joined it. It error after the reboot. It acted like it's still, here's an error. Okay, rebooted. So Okay, look at this. The functional level forest is incomplete with the version of the operating system of. So I was reading the error. Okay, well, you guys got the bigger picture here, and hopefully this works for somebody. I'm gonna keep on troubleshooting. I don't have no more time. Probably create another video. Maybe it's an OS issue, but for a different, well, for a different video.